Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Waseem here from Hands with Smiles. Thank you for joining me on this video. So guys, today I've been tagged by Dan from the channel Mr. Smiley77. Guys, if you haven't checked out Mr. Smiley77, then definitely do check out his channel. He's a relatively new UK reviewer and his videos are incredibly funny. He's got a great sense of humour and he's got brilliant creativity as well. Definitely do check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in my description below, guys. So today, this video is going to be a tag series, and the concept of this tag is to choose only one fragrance house for the year and to pick only one fragrance for each season from that house. So when I was watching videos on YouTube, I was following this tag series since it first started actually, and I couldn't wait to be tagged because I thought I would know which house I was going to pick. However guys, when I was actually tagged by Dan, I thought about choosing quite a lot of houses. I thought about Christian Dior, thought about Thierry Mugler, I thought about Tom Ford and Amouage as well. But at the end, I thought this would be the perfect house for me for the rest of the year. The house I'm going to pick is Chanel. So guys, my spring choice is going to be the very pleasing and quite popular Bleu de Chanel. Guys, Bleu de Chanel was a fragrance which many people criticised when it was first launched. And I'll be honest as well, when this first hit the stores here in the UK, I smelt it on a card and I wasn't impressed at all. For a house with the prices that Chanel charges for their fragrances, I was really disappointed by the scent. I thought it was quite generic and I just thought it was quite boring. However, I picked up a bottle last year and since testing it on my skin, I just fell in love with this beautiful fragrance. This fragrance is very pleasing, but it has some notes in this fragrance that add some complexities to the scent, which I really enjoy wearing, especially at work, guys. Bleu de Chanel for me opens up with some beautiful pleasing citruses, especially that sweet grapefruit. Into the dry down you get the incense and a smoky vetiver, absolutely beautiful. Great performance. I get around 10 hours of longevity, which is fantastic for a warm weather fragrance, and projection is excellent as well. People are going to notice you, people are going to compliment you as well because of how pleasing this scent is. I love wearing this fragrance to work, guys. This fragrance just invokes a lot of professionalism for me and it's quite elegant as well. Such a pleasing fragrance, great for spring. That's Bleu de Chanel. Alright guys, now it's time for my summer choice from the house of Chanel. For me, this was quite a tough choice. There's a lot of good summer warm weather fragrances from the Chanel collection. However, I picked one from the Allure line on the men's side, and that is Chanel's Edition Blanche, guys. Chanel's Edition Blanche is probably my favourite from the Allure line. A beautiful scent which is centered around three main notes on my skin: the lemon, pink pepper and the vanilla. A beautiful, gorgeous fragrance. In the opening, this fragrance is incredibly invigorating, very zesty and fizzy, guys. I definitely get the pink pepper and the lemon. Into the dry down, this fragrance is introduced with that sweet vanilla, which just adds a lot of creaminess to the citrus scent, and it smells like a creamy lemon pie, guys. Very pleasing, very elegant, classy summer fragrance, guys. I get good performance for a summer scent. I get around 6 hours of longevity, which is expected for a summer scent, and the projection is very strong for the first 3 hours, especially with that pink pepper. After the 3 hour mark, it does sit slightly closer to the skin, but it's definitely a fragrance which you constantly pick whiffs of throughout the day. But for summer, this is a brilliant choice, guys, by Chanel. That's Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. So guys, for my pick for the fall or autumn is going to be from their less exclusive line, and that is Chanel's Sycomore. Guys, Chanel's Sycomore is a beautiful vetiver scent and it's becoming one of my favourite vetiver fragrances of all time. This fragrance is very similar to Encre Noir, however there is subtle differences in the scent for me to own both in my collection. I've been testing Sycomore a lot recently and I'm slowly becoming a fan of Sycomore more than Encre Noir, and if you're a fan of my channel you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Encre Noir. Sycomore for me opens up with the vetiver straight away. It's incredibly smoky, woody and green, guys, and I also get this really fizzy lemony sort of vibe in the opening, which I feel it might be the aldehyde note. After a few minutes or so, that lemony vibe does subside and the vetiver really takes the center stage, guys. It's really rooty, really dry, incredibly green and smoky. Into the dry down, you also get this very subtle creaminess due to the sandalwood note, which you don't really get in Encre Noir. For me, that is one of the reasons I absolutely adore Sycomore, guys. Longevity is around 8 hours, with projection being more on the moderate side. However, you do pick up the whiffs of the scent throughout the day. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the best vetiver fragrances, and it's perfect for fall and autumn. That's Sycomore from the House of Chanel. Alright guys, now it's my time to pick my winter choice from the House of Chanel. For me, the fragrance I would wear all winter, without a shadow of a doubt, would be Antaeus. Antaeus is a masterpiece from the House of Chanel, guys. Antaeus, if I'm being completely honest, in my fragrance game, early in my fragrance game, was a fragrance I completely ignored and really avoided. I really felt like this fragrance would be too old for me, too mature, and I was really put off by the fact that it had an animalic note of castoreum. Now, I had never experienced the note of castoreum, but due to my experiences with the note of civet, I really was put off by Antaeus. I really thought it would be too smelly and funky, and it just would be a scent that I wouldn't enjoy. But I couldn't have been more wrong, guys. I picked up a decant last year and been testing it a lot in the winter, and seriously, guys, since my first application, I fell in love with this beautiful juice. It's a masterpiece, like I've said. Chanel's Antaeus is a fragrance which is incredibly beastly, strong, but it's perfectly balanced with some elegance as well. And I will pick up reasons why it has a beastliness and an elegance to it as well. Antaeus on my skin opens up very, very bright actually. However, within minutes, the fragrance becomes incredibly bold and very heavy, with notes of the smoky leather and the gorgeous castoreum note, giving it this animalistic funk, guys. There's definitely skankiness in this scent from the castoreum. However, don't be put off by the note of castoreum. It's not like the animalic note you find in civet. It's not pungent. It's not very poo-like a lot of civet fragrances come across. The note of castoreum is actually incredibly pleasing and adds a lot of character to this fragrance. Another great fragrance with the note of castoreum is Epic Man from the House of Amouage, which is a brilliant, fresh, spicy oud scent. Definitely want to check out. Anyways, guys, Antaeus with the notes of leather and the castoreum is also backed by this beautiful, amazing jasmine and rose. Guys, Chanel is known for the jasmine note, and they play it perfectly in this fragrance. The notes of jasmine and rose really complement the harshness and the beastliness of the leather and castoreum. The elegance is definitely added with the jasmine and rose. Performance is good on my skin. I get around 8 hours. Projection is quite moderate on my skin, which makes me feel like the scent has been reformulated, because a lot of people have spoken about Antaeus being a beastly fragrance. So I'm definitely on a lookout for a vintage bottle, because seriously, this would be one of my signature fragrances for the winter. Antaeus for me is an absolute masterpiece, a gorgeous fragrance. So there you have it, guys. Those were my picks for this tag series. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now it's time for me to pick someone for this tag series. Guys, as I've been really enjoying this tag series, and I really can't wait to see my favourite reviewers give their choices as well, I'm going to be picking 5 people, guys. These 5 people are all from the UK and all are some of my favourite reviewers. So starting off at number 1, I'm going to pick Raj from the channel 8RK7. Secondly, I'm going to pick Peter from the channel Fragrance View. Third, I'm going to pick Lex from the channel Lex Ellis. Fourth, I'm going to pick Killer from the channel Killer Frags. And lastly, but by no means least, the beautiful Claire from the channel Smurfy Girl. So guys, you have all been tagged. I can't wait to see your videos. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you have, then please do leave me a like and a comment below. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, then make sure you do. Until next time, my friends, see you later.